Hi guys, my name's Andy. I'm a residential remodeler in Minnesota, and this is my 8.5 by 16 by 8.5 foot tall custom cargo trailer that I've outfitted for my job. I've partitioned off 2 feet of this trailer for storage for rough materials. I think I'm just going to walk you around this thing, and if you guys have more questions on this or are interested in things that I haven't gone over, leave that in the comments and we'll see if I get to it or not. Like I said, it's 8.5 feet tall. That allows me to put my ladders inside. So I have 3 ladders and a plank. We don't do a lot of ladder work, but they're nice to have around. Milwaukee backpack vacuum, and then a little stand-up upright vacuum. We just got that. I'm not sure how good it is or not. Dave likes it. He says it's good. I'm sure it's fine. Saw stop saw. We like that. Big fan of those. Anytime you can get a saw that doesn't cut your finger off, I think you should do it. So I don't like boxes. I don't like containers that I can't see in, but we had to get out of our old trailer quickly and into this one because this thing's got to be making me money. If it's not making me money, it's costing me money. I'd like to see those move to a clear container at some point, but right now they're working. Just have them labeled and I know what's in them. It's light, bulky stuff on the top there. A little bit of a workbench, mainly used for dumping tools at the end of the day, ripping the batteries out and putting those away and taking bits off of drills, things like that. Don't find myself working in this trailer all that often. Occasionally it happens. So we have a vise and we have a little bandsaw over there. We had a drill press in the old trailer. Excuse me. I'm a big fan of having a drill press in the trailer, and I hope to work that into this trailer as well. That's going to have to come later, but I really like that. When you need a drill press, you really need a drill press. It's hard to fake it. Some tubs down here, these are pre-pack out Milwaukee containers. I use these for electrical and plumbing. Not a lot other than that. They're great if you can put everything that you need for a given task in them. But otherwise, I find that it's best to just walk through the trailer, grab the 3 or 4 tools that you need, and walk back inside. I don't think lugging, a pack-out system around is really a great idea in the remodeling type setting. If you're working in a mall or a big warehouse, absolutely. But in somebody's home where you have a trailer parked in the driveway, I think it's best to just take the tools in that you need. And once you do that for a few years too, you know exactly what tools you need for a given task. So when we walk into a house, we pretty much know what we're going to use. So I do have some bins. I have a tile bin and a drywall bin. Those house the hand tools associated with those tasks. Those aren't tools that get used for other tasks, so they're easy to put in a container like that. Below my tile tub, I have a less used tools bin. Those are tools that we just are afraid to get rid of, but we really don't use all that often. I go in there once a month for something. Hammer handles. I just pulled a pneumatic 18 gauge brad nailer out of there the other day. Got just some weird stuff in there. The tub below the taping tub there is a tub for paint supplies and materials. We don't do a lot of painting, but if we have to touch something up, we like to have that stuff there and ready. I'm not a fan of drawers. I like these trays. So these trays, we've had a few versions of these in trailers in the past, and they work very well for us. It allows us to see what we have. It allows us to see what we're missing. And when you have a problem or something that you're trying to deal with, I really think that it's nice to be able to look at all the tools that you have and kind of decide what might be a best approach or a better approach. When you have drawers, you're rifling through the drawers all the time, and you're just trying to find that one tool that you're thinking of. You have to think of the tool first and then go find it. On the tray, you can walk up to the tray, be like, well, yeah, maybe that'll work, maybe that'll work. Now there's also, there's also the effect where you walk up to this thing and you're like so blasted with visual information that you just have no idea what you came into the trailer for. So maybe you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, but that's how we do it. So large, heavy, awkward tools on the bottom there. Most of our hand tools on that shelf. Power tools, I guess. And then these would be the hand tools here. Kind of go from light to heavy. Try to make use of that backsplash space as well. And then the tray that's eye level has all the bits. Drill bits, Torx bits, paddle bits. Some Dremel and small hand tool die cutting type stuff over here. Die grinder stuff. And then the top tray is one that you don't have to really look in all that much. So I have larger tools up there where I can just look at this. I know this is my framing nailer here and I can pull it out if I need to. A couple drywall planks. We have 2 of these. One of them's on a job right now. Typically don't leave tools on a job, so I'll have to give Dave a hard time for that. We really like these little guys though. They got nice padded feet on them for like finished interiors. And they're really light, which is nice because I'm not getting any younger. So next we have this deep well here. So this nests behind my 8-foot sheet storage. So my 8-foot storage is right behind this. And then it stops here. And then I have this well that I have drop cloths and blankets in. I don't see that being like that within the next year. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And then I have these 2 right here that are storage wells that have miter saws and our tool bags in them. So my tool bag goes on the top there, and this is Dave's tool bag here. And then on the very bottom, we have the air compressors. So I have 2 air compressors in here. I have the Porter cable, and then behind that, I don't know if you can see in there, yep, we have the little Senko gun. Now as these electric nailers get better and better, we're finding we're using a lot less, we're using air tools a lot less. So hopefully that's a trend that'll keep up. I like to keep buckets. I like to stock buckets. I don't like to clean buckets. I like to throw buckets away when we're done with them. So we got a big stack of buckets there. I'd usually like to see a few more, but that's good enough. Headlamps and caulk guns, brooms, floor scrapers, 360 radius light. These things are worth the money, man. $300 light, and it is absolutely worth it. You can hang that thing upside down on the ceiling and light the whole room with it. So I have storage up top here too. Large, bulky, light-ish type items I like to put on the top. So got a chainsaw up there, have a shop vac. Sometimes you need a real shop vac, something that plugs into a wall. 2 different tile saws. I got a microwave. Hot lunches are nice. And not having to stand around in the client's kitchen is nice too. Just go out to the truck and eat lunch. There's our boxes there. There's our fans. I like to work in negative air pressure when we can. So if we're doing a bathroom or a kitchen, we'll mount a fan in a window, and then we'll zip pull and poly off work area. And then we'll turn the fans on, and then we'll keep the rest of the house clean. And we'll just work in the dirty space. Rolled goods up there, 36-inch long rolled goods. Got some number 15 roof felt, some Tyvek, some RedGuard tile anti-fracture. I run that on almost all of my tile floors. Let's see, what else do you guys want to see? Oh, you probably want to see this, huh? So this is my wall of fastening. If I think I could use it, I buy it and put it on the wall. And this prevents me from having to go to a hardware store during the middle of the day for a fastener. A trip to the hardware store costs us approximately $200 in lost revenue, and that's not cool. So we don't go to the hardware store in the middle of the day. ever. Next we have bulk fastening. So 2, 3, and 4 inch screws. Have a ton of those. A lot of roofing nails and drywall screws, trim nails, things like that. Then below it I have large lag bolts, mechanical fastening devices, so hangers, hurricane ties, things like that. Coil nails, and then below it we have dry bags of material, so tile, mortar, some grout, some concrete floor leveler, some 45 and 90-minute drywall compound. Then during this trailer design I ended up with a flat wall over here, and I like flat walls for displaying discs and blades and those types of things. So I can store those here. I know they take up a lot of space, but you can see them. So you can see when you're running low on 4-inch grinding discs, or how many 10-inch or 12-inch chop saw blades you have. I know how many saw blades I have all the time. And then it's a nice place to put the hole saws too. This is the hot box. So this is a steel cabinet wrapped in 1.5-inch dowel board or rigid foam insulation. And it has an in-floor heat kit inside the shelves. It's run off a shore power and a line voltage thermostat. And it stays 70 degrees in here. I would say most of the time. When it's 20 or 30 below out, if I unplug this thing, it will freeze in here. So that's something to address at some point, but right now it works almost all the time. So there's my batteries and charging shelf. That's at eye level. So just below eye level is my little, I don't know, adhesives and solvents and oils and things like that. Wet wipes, tub repair kit. Don't leave home without a tub repair kit. Caulks, sealants, adhesives, spray foams down here. Some spray paints, primers, some stains. We got anything in there? Some wood filler, wood putty. And then the bottom shelf has the glue gun and the spray foam gun. They're the same thing, but we don't swap them back and forth. Sometimes those will get full of crap and we have to throw them away if we don't shut them off or clean them out on a regular basis. So I got an extra one over here. Bucket of +3 topping compound, and then a gallon of Kilz all-purpose primer, some mastic for putting tile backsplashes on. And then behind that I have a small gallon of green mud or heavy mud taping compound, and a small bucket of Red Guard. That's a sealant that we use on our tile backer to waterproof our screws. Emergency roll of toilet paper, could come in handy someday. Fire extinguisher, bottle of primer for floor leveler. You want to prime your floor leveler before you put it on, or prime your substrate before you put your floor leveler down, or it'll crack and cause all kinds of problems. Eye wash container there. And that is the hot box. I don't know what else you guys want to see. These are cool. Maybe I'll tell you about these someday. Miter saw stand. Normally we have another bag of levels over there. They're on a job site. So this is my trailer, guys. Ask me questions and maybe I'll answer them. Okay then. Have a good day.